Hello, hello. Welcome back to She's a Busy Girl. I am Stephanie, and I am going to begin making a journal as promised. So, it's late at night. I've already taken my shower. I am in my comfy bathrobe, and it is my winter bathrobe at the end of May because it's in the 30s here tonight. I don't know why I live in Wyoming. Whatever. Okay, let's get started making a journal. So, what I have decided to make is a soft cover journal. And in that vein, I have only done one thing ahead of time. And that is I took this piece of Tim Holtz paper / cardstock, because it is quite a bit thicker. And I backed it, just kind of glued these together with a piece of plaid paper, because I love plaid, from a Hobby Lobby Paper Studios pad. And this one is more along the lines of printer paper weight. So this is going to obviously be the outside cover, and then the plaid will be the inside. And I have determined that I would like my journal, the cover, and the finished size to be, let me put this more in frame. I've been, my last video, if you watched it, I was like kind of down here for a lot of it. So I just want to make sure everything's in frame. But I have determined that I would like my cover to be 8.5 by 5.5. So 8.5 high by 5.5 wide. And then, because this is going to be a single signature journal, but I want it to be kind of a honkin' signature. So I am going to put a spine in. Only about 1/2 inch. So not a huge spine, just a little bit more room for that honkin' signature I want to build. If you watched my last video, you know that I have a ton of stuff to start putting into journals. So it's time to start making journals and using some of this stuff because it's so cool. I want to put it in journals. Anyhow. So, in order to make an 8.5 by 5.5 journal, I have to, let's see, this is 12 by 12, so let's get a cutter. Let's see, let's turn the cutter around the right way. So the first thing is this has to be 8.5 inches tall. So let's do that first. So 8.5 inches is right there. And I never trust those arms completely. All right, so let's cut it right there. Move that off to the side. All right, so we have our 8.5 inches tall. And then to be 5.5 inches wide with a 1/2 inch spine, we've got to cut this at 11.5, right? Yeah, 11.5. So that will give us all the space we need. Okay. And again, I don't trust that arm to be straight. Okay. So we just need to cut a little bit off this end. There we go. There's that. Okay. So there is our cover piece of paper, or glued together pieces of paper. And then we're going to bring in the handy dandy scoreboard. And the scoring on this is going to be pretty easy. So we know we want the cover to be 5.5 inches wide. And yeah, let's do that a couple of times just because it's pretty thick with the 2 layers. And we know we want a 1/2 inch spine, so we'll go to 6. And then from 6 to 11.5 is another 5.5 inches. Okay. So we've got that good and scored. We've got our little spine in there. We can put this away. Okay, so before I go any further, I am going to stitch around the outside of this with my sewing machine. I think I'm just going to do a straight stitch around the outside of this. And there's a little bit sticking up. That's bothering me. I'll have to work on that later. I'm going to stitch around the outside of this, and then we will come back and work on the cover. Okay, so I have just stitched around the outside, and I'm using kind of a dark olive thread, almost brown. And so just did the stitching. Now I know a lot of people really love all these little strings and stuff. I don't so much. It's not that I don't like the look of it, I guess, as much as I don't know, I just don't like it. So I cut my strings off. I don't. I'm good with other people doing their thing. I just cut my strings off. So okay, so now we got it stitched around the outside. I am going to fold on the score lines and just use a bone folder here to burnish this down. And we are using somewhat of a non-directional paper for the cover, which is always better for me and the squirrels. The squirrels. So here's what I've determined in my many years. My brain is composed of a herd of squirrels, and they are all thinking about something different and trying to accomplish their own missions simultaneously. And when I am well rested, and I can keep the herd sort of together and moving in the same direction, look out. I mean, nothing can stop me. And when I am overtired, though, the squirrels get away from me really quickly. And it's like trying to hold on to a greased piglet. So, yeah, anyway. Non-directional patterns help keep the squirrels in line because, they're just going so fast. Anyhow, I need to figure out what I want to be the front. And I think I want that to be the front. So, we'll see if it stays the front. That's just how the squirrels go. So here we go. Here is our journal cover. We've got our little 1/2 inch spine here, not huge. So now I need to put something on the front, right? Let's see what, okay. I did kind of cheat and sort of was thinking about what I might like on the front. And I will warn you right now, my journals don't match. I don't try to do anything but like the way it looks. Yeah, they don't match. Nothing's gonna match. All right, so this has a real industrial feel. So I'm gonna add some music paper, I think. Because, it's not gonna match. All right, and to get even more unmatched, let's take a little piece of floral canvas and do that. And then this is a old vintage postcard. I don't know from where, can't read the postmark, but it's older. And so I thought we would put that right there. And then that would kind of be, maybe we should move it up top, and I can maybe look for a word or some kind of something to put down here, maybe. Do I have some kind of something? There's no telling. This desk is beyond a mess, but maybe I can find something. Woo, there goes the fabrics. Okay, maybe I can find something. So for right now, let's start putting this together. And I'm not going to put a whole bunch of glue and stuff on it because I am going to take it over to the machine and stitch around the edges. And we will, but I do want to put just a little bit of glue because I am not a great sewer. And if it's moving around on me, it's just going to get ugly quick. Yes. All right. And so we'll put that there, and then we'll put just a little bit of glue on the back of this postcard. I did scan this one both front and back, so I still have it to use because I really do like the image. All right. And we will do that just like that. All right. So that is down, and put the cap back on the glue. You can't leave the cap off of Fabri-Tac. It gets all thick and not usable. So, okay, that is down. So I'm going to, again, take this back to the machine and I am going to stitch around the front of that. Okay, so I did, and I'm sorry, I don't have the sewing machine here. My filming setup is just not, I really can't move a sewing machine over here and do the sewing with this setup. So unfortunately, I have to pause the video and go sew while we're doing this. So anyhow, just stitched around the edges of that postcard to stitch all of those 3 layers together. And now we get to adhere it to the front of the journal. Like, I think we're going to do it like that because I do want to leave some room down here in the hopes that I'm going to find something to put on there that I like. So let's just get this nailed down. And I do use Fabri-Tac for the vast majority of the things I do with journals, just because it works really well for me. I know it's a bit more expensive than some of the other glues out there. I buy mine at Walmart, and I'm a lazy Walmart shopper along with everything else. So I never go in. I just do the pickup orders. Woo, my goodness. I do the pickup orders. And so whenever I do that, which is usually 2, maybe 3 times a month, I will add a bottle of Fabri-Tac to my order. And then I just never run out. So, but it's what works for me. I know other people have favorite glues that they like to use. What happened there? What happened? Oh, well, it's chewed up. I guess it looks more vintagey. I know other people like their favorite glues, or they just use this very sparingly because of the cost of it. Because gosh, if you buy it at the fabric or craft store, I think it's significantly more expensive than Walmart. But I don't know. I use, like, this is the best glue ever, and I will tell you, this stuff holds everything. Problem is, I make a mess with it every time I touch it, so it doesn't work well for me. This one, I like the way it works for me. I like the results that I get. It doesn't tend to ripple or warp paper, so it's what I use. All right, so that is the cover, or the front cover. Do we want to put something, just some neat little something on the back cover? Let's see what we've got here. This is not the stuff that I fussy cut this past weekend, but I have a lot of it. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for like maybe a little postcard, maybe, just like right there. Because we have a postcard on the front. Or should we go with an old photo? I don't know. Now that just kind of blends in. I don't like that one. We could do a squirrel. No, we won't do that. Okay. There's kind of a postcard. Okay, let's do a postcard because that just kind of goes along with the front of the journal. But this one has white around the edges. This is another one that I scanned from my personal collection, and then I just made it teeny and cut it out. I don't know why I didn't cut it on the lines. I don't know what I was thinking there. And maybe using these bigger-handled scissors, I won't hit my fussy cutting injury because it hurts. Who knew one layer of skin would be so painful? Good gracious. All right. Well, for crying out loud. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got it. And we need some ink. We want to ink it up. And my favorite ink is the Distress Ink Vintage Photo. It's just my favorite. And then I like to use a makeup brush that I never did use for makeup. I got enthralled with makeup brushes a while back, and I never used this one for makeup because I bought like 100 of them. I don't know why. Okay, so let's just kind of stick this on the back. Do we like it up there? No. I like it like that. Okay, I'm going to stick it on the back, just like that. Do we want to stitch around it? Oh, maybe we should stitch around it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I've stitched around the little postcard. Now that I've done it, not super convinced that that was the best way to go. Oh well, it's done. Okay, so let's get some glue on this little dude. And yeah, we'll stick him down to the back cover. And after I said I don't like the strings, I'm like leaving the strings on everything since I cut them off the cover. There we go. And I decided that I want to use this Sari Silk ruffle from the Paisley Daisy shop instead of putting words or something like that down here. So I am going to put this down. Wait, which is the right side? Maybe it doesn't matter on this one. What do I like the best? I think I like that. Okay. And we'll do this at the bottom instead of words. There we go. That's another reason I like using Fabri-Tac, because it doesn't matter what I'm gluing. Fabri-Tac's gonna work for it. All right. So that is down. And the back, there we go. Got strings on my glue. Okay, got that fixed. And now, I think that's all I want to do to the outside. Because this is a lot more ornate than I usually do. Okay, so I think that's all I want to do to the outside. So let's move to the inside. And in my last video, I did a humongous haul, mostly from Patty Lang videos. Once again, I want to encourage you, if you are not joining Patty and Michelle on Monday nights and Thursday morning / afternoon, you're really missing out. You need to at least go check them out. They are fabulous ladies. The sale room or a video stream or whatever it is just full of even more fabulous ladies. We have a great time together. I don't often get to do Thursdays because, of course, I'm at work. But Monday nights, I try never ever to miss, because I just love everybody in there. And it's such a good time. But anyhow, this was part of my most recent haul. And I thought I would put these on the insides of the cover as pockets. But again, I'm going to stitch around the outside of them. So let's see. I can do it like this because I want these little notches facing opposite. Or I can do it like this. What do I think? Domino and C, or 2 C's and 9. I think I'm going to go 2 C's and 9. I like the way that looks. So again, I'm going to stitch around the outside of these and be right back with you. Okay, so we have got these stitched up. That's another thing you're going to learn about me. I can't sew a straight line to save my life, which is why I sew on paper and not try to like make my own clothes or something, because I would look super crazy. All right, so let's get these glued down to the insides here. And then I think we'll probably call it for tonight. I want to try to keep these journal videos to about 20 minutes, and I know we're already almost there, even with all of the stops I've had to make to go sew stuff. Just because they start getting a little bit long and they're hard to upload, and sometimes, you know, they're hard to watch, quite frankly. Sometimes when they start getting real long, it's just like, whew, that's a lot of information in one setting. Okay, so that one is down there, and then we'll get the other side done. And while I'm finishing this up, and before we go for this evening, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, especially recently. I really appreciate it. I love watching YouTube videos and seeing what people create, and I really do appreciate that you guys are here and wanting to see what I am creating as well. So that is a lot of fun. I really do appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And there, I think we have got our pockets down. So that, again, is as far as we are going to take it for this evening. This is actually quite a bit more ornate than I normally make my covers. I mean, I've shared some of my journals with you guys, like this guy here. I mean, that's plain. That's pretty darn plain. And when they do get more ornate, it's usually because I've used fabric. But I wanted to, I've been watching so many videos and I've been getting inspired, and of course I've been collecting all of this wonderful stuff, and I wanted to try something just a little bit out of my comfort zone. So making this more ornate cover is kind of my start in getting going on that. And then I do love the little postcard in the back. I still don't know about the stitching, but I do like him, and love these Sari Silk ribbons. I do kind of do some ruffles of my own, but of course they're not Sari Silk. And these are the ones that the Paisley Daisy shop makes, and she sells those in her Etsy shop. And I love the way those look. So I'm glad that I picked that one up and thought it would look cool. And then maybe a little bit later we'll do something on these pockets and not leave them quite so plain. And these strings are kind of bugging me. Okay, we got rid of them. There we go. But we've got our two pockets on the inside. So next video, we will come back and start putting together pages for our big honkin' signature on this one. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight, and I will see you guys again soon, and we'll start doing the pages, and we're gonna get this thing all put together. Thanks guys so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.